So what we're looking at today is a DeWalt 12 volt 3/8 impact, and this is the Extreme series, and we just want to see how good it is. So we'll do a couple tests on it. So it comes with two of these batteries, and they are the newer style batteries with the fuel gauge. And here's my old drill. I've had this probably 2-3 years, but the batteries still work. Now my old drill does not come with batteries that have the fuel gauge. There's no fuel gauge for these older batteries, but they do work, and they're completely interchangeable within each one. They work fine. So this is the tool. It looks pretty nice. It feels good. It's tiny. That's why I wanted it, is because it's so tiny. I can work on, you know, the top of an engine. I can take off, you know, just little parts with it. I didn't buy this thinking that I'm going to go take lug nuts off a semi with it. It's just handy.
If women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
I really like this impact so far because it's short, it's tiny, you can fit it in more places, and the price. It was $100 for this impact, this bag, 2 batteries, and it came with a DCB 112 charger, which it's a pretty quick charger. It's a lot quicker than my old charger. So here's my old charger. It's a DCB 107, and it takes a long time to charge a battery. This one does it in probably half the time that this one does. So way better. I do have an Amazon affiliate account that I just got through setting up. So if you do like this impact, after we get through testing it, there's a link in my description where you can buy it on Amazon, and I will get a small percentage of that. The price may vary on this tool. I got it for $100 for this whole kit. If you like mechanicking, if you like tools, go ahead and subscribe to the Mountain Man Garage, and I really appreciate it. So let's get this started. I'm gonna use this torque wrench, power torque. It goes up to 150 foot-pounds, and we'll check. I mean, I don't know if this thing will undo a bolt that goes all the way up to 150 foot-pounds, but we'll find out. All right. Ugh. Ah! Gee whiz, why is that so in there? Good grief. Anyway, yeah, that's not bad. That was on there. Oh, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. So we've got it set. I don't know if you can see, but we've got it set to 80 foot-pounds. This truck, it takes about 140 foot-pounds, but this is just going to be a test, basically, to see what it will take off. And if this thing will take it off at 140 foot-pounds, I'll be amazed. But right now it's 80. Yep, 80 foot-pounds. All right, we're 80 foot-pounds. See if it'll take it off. Yep. Remove. All right, so it done 80 foot-pounds fairly easily. Let's go up to, let's see, 90. All right, so we're at 90 foot-pounds. And let's see if this thing will take off. 90. Oh yeah. So right there shows me that this will take off just about any lug nut from a regular passenger car that's not like a 3/4 ton or a ton truck, but it will take off a lug nut off of your car. Let's find out if we can go to 100 foot-pounds. 100 foot-pounds. All right. See if it'll take off 100 foot-pounds. Oh yeah, it took it off. A little bit of a struggle. A little bit of a struggle on the 100. But we'll keep going. Let's go on up to 110. 110 foot-pounds. Try that. All right, there's 110. See what she does. Oh! Took it off. All right, time to go to 120 now. I'm impressed with this thing. I mean, that thing is tiny, and if it's able to take off lug nuts, I mean, that's so easy to put it in the back of your car. And you know, you don't have a humongous impact in the back of your car. You can just have a tiny one, and that'll do you.
That's what she said.
All right, so we're gonna do 120 foot-pounds. Yeah, 120. There we go. All right, here we go, 120. There it goes. Got 120. All right, will it go 130? There's 130 right there. All right. Oh, it did it. It did it, but that was a struggle. That one was a struggle. All right, let's see. Now, we need to go to 140. Now, if it'll take it off at 140, that's what this truck calls for. Oh man, 140. I gotta say, I kind of doubt it. I mean, that's not what this is meant for. This drill's not meant for that, but see how good our battery's doing. Oh wow, this battery's dead. No wonder it wouldn't take it off.
Well, duh.
But now we got a fully charged battery. See how much better that does. there's no reason to continue with that. I just don't think it'll do it. Oh, look at there. It did it. 140 foot-pounds. That is crazy. This little thing, you know, I know they all say 200, 500, 700, 1,500 foot-pounds. You know, that's bogus. So some tools meet their, you know, their claim, but a lot of them don't. And, you know, I do have this adapter on there, and that actually will degrade a little bit of the foot-pounds, but I don't know that I have a 15/16. I don't have a 15/16 3/8 impact. Anyway, take that with what you will, but it will remove 140 foot-pounds, which is a lug nut on a 1-ton Cummins truck. That's what the torque spec is for this truck, is 140 foot-pounds. So it will remove it. Now, I wouldn't try to remove all of these lug nuts with this. Like, that would just be ridiculous. But this will easily remove the lug nuts on a car, just a passenger car. So if you guys are out there driving around in your car, or your, you know, little Ford Ranger or Chevy S10 or whatever, your Colorados, it'll probably remove them easy. You could just, you know, take them all off, change the tire with it, and it'd be good to go. And it's in a small form factor. You know, that way you don't have to lug around a huge impact. So I like this little thing. It's pretty neat. It's got auto, low, and high. Now the in auto, this thing, when it hits a little bit of resistance, it'll just stop. That way you're not snapping off bolts. You know, you got, let's say if you had a 10mm bolt that you was trying to tighten up. Well, if you put this thing on full, on high, it would snap it off. But on auto, see, it just the resistance from that is shutting it down. See, it doesn't, it's trying not to snap the bolts off. Now I know it's not going to snap that off, but with a 10mm, if you was just tightening up a 10mm bolt, it would snap it off if you had it in high. So that's pretty neat to have it on auto. Let's try low. Yeah, that's a lot slower. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and tighten it. All right, so that's as tight as that thing will get it. We'll see how tight that is. I'm sure it's not 140 foot-pounds. Let's take this back down to, you know, it should do, we'll try 100. We'll try 100. All right, so that's 100 foot-pounds. And oh yeah, it does 100. So let's see if it'll do 110. 110 foot-pounds. Oh yeah, 110. So it has tightened it up to 110. So I would feel safe myself with tightening my lug nuts on my car with this. Now, don't ever tighten your lug nuts on your car with one of these and just walk away. You need at least a torque wrench or something, because this thing might not do this every single time, and that would be a disaster if your wheel fell off. So I would recommend taking a torque wrench and tightening up your lug nuts. You know, make sure they're tight. Or get a 4-way and just tighten them up, you know, as good as you can get them, because I would not trust this to do every single lug nut up to 100 foot-pounds. But just for testing purposes, we're at 120. So let's see if it makes 120. Oh yeah, 120. All right, let's go to 130. See what it does. $130. Yeah, 130. Wow. Okay, let's go to 140. Man, this thing may tighten more than it loosens. 130. And we'll go to, what's that? No, I was on 140. Let's go to 150 and let's see what it does. All right, there's 150. Surely 150 will loosen. Oh yeah, 150. So it's probably somewhere between 145, something like that, tightening. So that's pretty good. I mean, if you was to put your lug nuts on a car that only requires like 80, I would think it would do it. So that's pretty nice. Now the drill is kind of warm. It's not super hot, but it's kind of warm to the touch. So, and that's with an extension. See, it would probably do a little bit better if I didn't have this on there. Pretty nice little drill. So this thing works pretty good. I'm impressed with it. I mean, it's so tiny, and it's only 12 volts, but it's still, man, it's doing pretty good. Like, I wouldn't have thought it would have went that high. But anyway, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to Mountain Man Garage. We're going to start doing some tool reviews, and we're also still doing the old thing, which is working on random cars, old junk. Basically, you know, I've got an old 280Z that I'm working on. I've almost got it painted. I've got another video on an old Datsun 620 pickup. I've got a 53 Buick that I'm going to start working on. And this Dodge, the old 24 valve. And anyway, thanks for watching. Again, there's going to be a link to this drill in the description of my video. And if you go and click on that link, and if you end up buying it, we'll get a small percentage of it here at Mountain Man Garage. Anyway, thanks for watching.